Hello and welcome to my latest weekly property news from Madison's. Well, we are now seeing a much more normal market. I keep talking about this and I'm sorry if I'm boring you. It's not bad at all, the market. It's very, very normal, and latest Rightmove data supports all of that. So property prices went up 0.2% in terms of price they're coming to market. That's an increase, obviously. That's not bad. That's about normal for what the market should be seeing, but obviously down against this time last year where property prices were coming to market at 1.2%. Higher than the month before. So it's definitely not the frenzied activity, but a very normal market. And so with that, what we are seeing is a return of what's called secret sellers, or a private sale, or bottom drawer listing, as agents have lots of different names for it. That basically means that an agent has not just listed their property for sale on one of the internet portals like Rightmove or Zoopla or On the Market, but instead they have tapped into their registered buyer book, arranged off-market viewings to try and tempt either one of two things: a really great price from a great buyer that will stop you wanting to take it to market, or some price feedback before you do bear all and take it to market. So one of those things will happen. Now, we do get quite a few people say, could you think my house could sell privately? There's a little bit of cachet to it. It feels quite nice. People like the fact they can say to their friends, oh yes, we didn't have to take it to market. And it's true, it's a great success story if that's what you can build into your sale. But it's not for every property. So in order to sell successfully privately, you have to have something that's a bit unique. There's no point doing it with a property for which there are 10 properties that come for sale on that road every year, because the buyers will just say, if you show it to them privately, the reason you're doing that is often to get a really great price, and they'll say, well, take it to market and I'll pay fair value for it when it comes to market. So you have to have something that's a bit unique, bit special, first time to market in a long time, normally higher value properties, and then you absolutely will get buyers paying a premium to stop something going to market. It's a lot more work for the agent. People often go, well, your fee can be half what it would normally be for that. It's so much more work. We have to proactively contact our buyer book. We'll perhaps make over 100 phone calls if we're doing a private marketing exercise. And we've got to encourage them to come and view and look at our property. And serious buyers are busy. They don't want to waste their time. So it's a lot more work. I think you should get more fee, quite frankly, when you sell privately, but there we go. Negotiations can often be harder as well, because the seller has to get to a point where they feel comfortable not to roll the dice and take it to market. So often there's a lot of more negotiation around agreeing that price. But if it works, generally a private deal has a very, very strong chance of going through. That's providing an agent is involved in it. One thing that makes our heart sink as agents is when we hear from buyers, oh, my house is under offer. A friend in the village heard it was going and they contacted me and they're going to buy it, and there's not an agent involved. That fills us with dread. There are so many things that a good agent should do. They should verify that buyer has the ability to proceed, do the due diligence on them, and then they just keep chivying them along. They stand in between the buyer and the seller, and a good agent go negotiating the deal, negotiating survey issues, legal issues, and they keep the deal on track. So not great if you sell privately without an agent, but certainly good if you do sell with an agent involved, mainly because you can get a great price and reduce your fall through. And that leads me on to a story. So we all know, don't we, have this horrible house buying process in this country. You agree an offer, but then you go through a horrible process before you get to exchange, when the deal is set and done. Hopefully, very, very rarely it does collapse, but most of the time it does go through them. What we're often asked when we go under offer on a property is the buyer will say to us, can it come off the market? And that's like, we want to do that as an agent because we have to show good faith. The buyer's going to start incurring cost, and we want to show that we are in the deal with them. But we know it can go wrong. 41% of sales collapse. Hideous. So difficult one. So Phil Prest from Four Corners, a conveyancing company, he decided to test something, and he agreed with a local agent that they would only say their property was going off the market if the buyer would pay upfront for the searches. Cost the buyer £275. So they offered that to 200 buyers. 50 took them up on it, and of those 50 they completed an average of 79 days and there were 0 fall throughs. Of those that declined, they took an average of 39 days longer to complete, and 40%, about average, didn't proceed to exchange a contract. Now, I wonder if that's partly because those that said yes knew they were absolutely wedded and committed to that deal, and they would have always gone through with it anyway. So it's probably not representative enough to call a really good result, but it certainly shows get commitment earlier on, and it's likely that it will go through. So we need to do something about that process in this country. It's horrific. But a lovely property that I have brought to market this week. I'm busy around the Moat Farm area at the moment. I've got one on already. I've got one I'm launching today, and I've got another one just off St Mark's Road, a lovely little cul-de-sac, number 15 St Mark's Road, Moat Mews. It's on it offers in excess of £1 million. Really big house, very spacious, 2,700 square feet or something like that. Lots of reception spaces. Really nice garden, bigger than average plot, southwest orientation, driveway, garage. It's a real box ticker of a house. So if you think that might be for you, do give us a call. I hope you've enjoyed my vlog this week. I've been a bit more kind of like doing two big stories, I suppose. I'll bring my usual roundup next week, but have a great, lovely bank holiday weekend. We've got a raft of them coming. We've got our new coronation window done here. Do please pop down to the penthouse and have a look at it. Millie and my team, she's so super talented. Thank you, Millie, for doing it. Come down, have a look, and have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.